Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. This is Crazen here. Just wanted to make a quick video, give a little update, and chit chat about how the Classic Fresh launch has gone. Today is about 4 days in to launch, and I've gotten a decent amount of playtime in, which has been nice. I ended up deciding to roll with an undead rogue, as you might see, which is something that I discussed a little bit in my earlier video this week about my plans for Classic, which, I think was probably the right choice. I've had a lot of fun with it. It really hasn't slowed me down too much, and overall, I think I'll just kind of get the most bang for my buck out of rolling rogue again. Let me turn this down. This is a little bit louder than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, that's fine. So originally I was thinking about maybe trying something different. Maybe playing a Shadow Priest or a Warlock. Really, what was mostly important to me while playing on Fresh was to have something that was good at PvP and that was going to hold up well in TBC, since obviously that's the long-term route of the Classic Fresh realms. So all of them, I think, would have been great choices. And who knows, maybe if I have the time, I might eventually go back and play one of those other classes. But for right now, I think that just the one class is plenty. Long-term wise, I really set out to mostly PvP on the Fresh realms. I've done the whole progression thing before, not necessarily in Classic, but in other iterations of WoW, particularly Mists of Pandaria, and progression is a lot of fun. It has its place. But, the main thing that always brings me back to playing Warcraft is really the PvP. And I think that the Classic experience kind of has a really nice flavor to it. And I really just don't want to, really get bogged down with a lot of the late nights of progression. I just don't really have the schedule to do that anyways. So anyways, long-term wise, I'm thinking that, for Phase 1, my main goal is just going to be to get to 60. I probably will do my Molten Core and Oni attunements, just so I have them done. But, for farming out, a full set of pre-raid bis, things like that, I probably won't do a whole lot of that. I'll probably do some of it, but not like the full set. Just so that way I at least have some options when the PvP launches in Phase 2. The ranking gear for rogues is actually pretty good. In Classic Era, which I joined quite late too, coming into Classic Era late, having no gold in a very GDKP rich environment made gearing a little bit more difficult for a first character. And so, the route that I took was to rank, especially after the PvP system change, which I think was largely a positive change for the most part. But after I finished ranking and had a decent amount of fairly good gear through ranking, I kind of just rounded out my set by doing the Dark Mantle quest chain, which is just absolutely amazing for rogues. So, kind of throwing that all together, Phase 1 here, try to get some try to get some Shadowcraft pieces for when the Dark Mantle questline comes out, and then really just kind of starting to prepare for when PvP launches, because that's really what I'm looking forward to. That being said, I'm ready to get started early. Actually, instead of just leveling as a standard combat build, I've kind of decided to just kind of steer straight into the Cold Blood Hemo build and start leveling as that. So here in a handful of levels, looking forward to starting to play with Hemorrhage instead of Sinister Strike. I think I'll really start to feel the benefits of it then, but having that improved stealth early on has actually already paid off a handful of times, even just within the first 20 or so levels. So kind of a nice opportunity to play something different. A lot of people look at Classic as a solved game, which in a lot of ways it is. But a fresh environment, I've gotten to see a lot of people really get to play what they want to play, which has been really refreshing compared to Classic Era. Classic Era is largely stuck in its ways. It's, if you're not playing a warrior, you should reroll a warrior, because that's all groups ever really want, it seems. So you either need to be a healer or a warrior. And as a rogue main, that kind of sucks. But, it just is what it is, I suppose. Eventually, I could foresee the Fresh Realms turning into something similar, especially as we get closer to Naxxramas. But I suppose we'll see. The limited time frame of only having a year to go through all of Classic might skew that a little bit. People might be a little bit more open to taking what's available, just because people don't have as much time to level up alts. But time will tell. Either way, I really don't plan on doing a whole lot of that progression anyways. I might try and catch a pug or two here and there just to see if I can get lucky and round out some pieces if I have the downtime, but I think if I want to raid, I'll probably just switch over to Classic Era, where I have other characters raid ready. So anyways, that's all I got for today, just kind of discussing, just some general thoughts about how I think Classic Fresh has gone so far, things I'm looking forward to, and kind of some predictions for what's going to happen later down the line. I'd love to hear how everybody else is enjoying Fresh. This is actually my first Fresh launch that I've participated in. Usually I wait like a week or two for things to calm down so I can actually enjoy my own pace, but kind of getting to experience the flood of players into a new server has been a refreshing change. So hopefully everybody else is having a good time out there and getting to play what they want and making the most out of it. So until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in. Take it easy.